Hello students, today I will do leadership topic. Today is Monday and it is for section 1. So I have already completed two topics in administrative behavior, decision making and communication. And now there is leadership. Leadership is one of the most important administrative behavior. It has been right from beginning a major source of attraction for research and development management due to two things, that there has been always a scarcity of leaders. Organization is always in search of right leadership. And number two, the elusive character of net leader makes this topic interesting. You can say some sort of, you can say, more potential one. That's why it has been right from beginning a major source of attraction for research and development management. Who is leader? In general, leader, manager, boss are interchangeably used, but these are three different things. Leader is basically person who has certain qualification, certain quality of influencing behavior of others. In general, the person who has leadership quality are made head of organization, but it is not always. Sometimes also we find that person at the apex of organization or boss will be different one, and the leadership lies somewhere in different place in organization. Getting point? So once there was different question, what is difference between leader and boss? You can say leader is a structural concept. It is at the apex of organization. Entire authority is vested in him. He exercises authority. Getting point? He believes in I concept. Getting point? He gets order and gets work done by others. And who is leader? Leader is basically behavioral concept. It is he believes in we. He persuades others to do work. Getting point? He cooperates others to achieve goal attainment. Getting point? So leader is basically, you can say, quality of individual to pursue others to move towards stated goal objective. Getting point? Sometimes leader and manager are also interchangeably used, but these are different. Once there was question in UPSC, this statement is given by Warren Bennis that leader is the person who is expected to do always right things, and manager, we expect to do things in right way. Getting point? The manager is for doing things in right way, and leaders are always expected to do right things. So these are two major differences. Getting point? Leader is basically a person who influences the behavior of others. As manager or the head of organization are having leadership quality, their performance, their you can say effectiveness increases. Get a point? So leadership is basically some sort of quality, important administrative behavior. Several scholars try to define leadership and leader. For example, Demock says leadership is not power, dominance and social superiority or anything suggestive of snobbery. Leadership is influence on people, not power over them. Get a point? So this is definition given by Demock. Mary Parker Follett also says leader is not the president of organization or head of department, but one who can see all around a situation and understand how to pass from one situation to another. Getting point? In the same way, Keith Davis says leadership is the ability to pursue others to seek defined objective enthusiastically. Getting point? In the same way, Terry says that leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for mutual objective. Getting a point? So this definition amply clarify that leadership is not managership. Leadership is not head of organization. Leadership is basically ability, or you can say quality, through which one individual is in position to influence behavior of others, is in position to persuade others to to achieve stated goal objective. Here there is nothing like something forcibly, or you can say by use of authority. It is willingly, and you can say also little bit enthusiastically. So that is very important point. So leader is basically person who has certain quality, certain traits, certain you can say positive aspect of personality through which he is in position to persuade others, who is in position to direct others to move towards stated goal objective. He is basically exercising not power, rather he exercises influence. So hallmark of leadership is influence, not exercising power. Getting a point? So what are quality of leader? What is features of leadership behavior? It is an important behavior. It is a psychological process. It is dynamic internal process in which power and influence are unevenly distributed. Here it is basically threefold phenomena. Three factors influence leadership. First, leader himself. Second, follower. Third, situation. Leadership is situational because it is a situation which make or destroy leadership. Getting a point? So leadership is basically means exercising influence, influencing people, not exercising power. So this is very important feature of leadership. It's group phenomena. It involves at least two persons. One that should be leading and other who should be getting led by others. So this is a two phenomena. Getting a point? So now we will discuss what is importance of leadership. What is, you can say, significant the role and function of leadership. You know, leadership is indispensable for successful functioning of organization and goal attainment. Getting a point? Keith Davis says, without leadership, organization is nothing but a model of man and machine. Getting point? Leadership transforms potential into reality. It is the ultimate act which brings to success all the potential for it in organization and its people. Getting point? So it is basically, you can say, ultimate force. It is like some electric current which brings success in all sectors of organization. So leadership is very important thing, you can say here. Getting a point? So what can be role of leader here? I just try to point out that leader is basically source of inspiration. Leader is basically force of motivation. Leadership is control of instrument of control. Leadership is basically ultimate responsible. He is basically pursuing others to do something goal direction. He is directing the behavior of others. He is basically coordinating and cooperating others to achieve goals, and his role model is basically symbol of excellence in organization. All in organization see leader as their role model and follow their behavior. So leader is supposed to maintain very high position among in the mindset of follower. Getting point? He is basically symbol of excellence. He is role model. He is basically a scapegoat for each and everything. We blame leadership. So leadership basically on the one hand is a scapegoat, on the other hand role model for organization for others. Getting point? Leader performs number of functions, and you know there can be the lack of consensus also. Like Chester Bernard says, leader performs four type of functions. First, determination of objective. Second, manipulation of means. Third, control of instrumentality. And fourth, stimulation of coordinative action. Four function, Bernard says. First, determination of objective. Number 2 is manipulation of means. Number 3, control of instrumentality. Number 4, stimulation of coordinative action. In the same way, Fiedler to identify two functions. First, directing group activity. Second, coordinating group activity. Next, Mary Parker followed three functions leader performs. First, coordination. Second, definition of purpose. And third, anticipation. Getting point? In the same way, Peter Drucker, leader performs three functions. Lifting of one's vision to higher level. Getting point? Raising one's performance to higher standards and building of one's personality beyond its normal capacity and normal limitation. So leader is something one which makes a person or capacity of individual from ordinary to extraordinary one. Normal performance to extra normal performance, lower vision to higher vision. So you can say it is something like catalyst factor. It is something like you can say stimulant which brings action in you can normal process and makes it to work somewhat super normal or extra normal. So this is thing you believe in leadership. So leadership, Pifner and Sirod has told very right that leadership is basically leader is modifier of organizational behavior. Getting a point? And they said continued that get the right man in the leadership job and all your problem will be solved. Means if you give right person in leadership job, then definitely all problems like in Rus, like in China, you can find the people of China consider the present president is very right one. He is in position to do things effectively. They are relaxed now. In the same way in Rus, Putin is very right, wherever Russian believe, and that's why they made provision to continue him for 31 years. Point. Even in America, you see the poor leadership made America vulnerable to all criticism and problem. In Pakistan, you can say poor leadership hurt the situation in Pakistan. So what I mean to say, it has a leadership which basically ultimately matters. A poor leadership can nullify even the soundest organization. Getting point? So you can say through past his record also, in earlier also, several big empires lost only due to poor leadership, and several lost empires become very powerful only due to right leadership. So this is a very important thing you keep required to get a point. So this is the thing you clear. So role and function is now clear. These are role like source of inspiration, so instrument of control, then role model, then a scapegoat, then you can say coordinating agent. These are some pursuing force. This can be role of leadership which brings success in all aspects of organization. Getting point? Now I will discuss what are types of leaders. There are number of types, number of leadership types. You can say on the basis of number, we can say there can be two types of leader: single leadership and plural leadership. If leadership job lies in one individual, it is called single leadership. If lies in the group of people, it is called group leadership or team leadership. That is now very popular one. In America, there is individual leader, single leadership, and in India there can be plural leadership. You can say. Then otherwise, you can say on the basis of authority, we can say there can be traditional leader, charismatic leader, and you can say legal rational leader. So who is traditional leader like Shankaracharya, this right? Then what is charismatic leader like something you can say Osho, or you can say Mahatma Gandhi, charismatic leader. Then you can say who is legal leader like Prime Minister, President, etc. Legal leader. Getting a point? Then you can say there can be leader from work-oriented leader and task-oriented, employee-oriented leader. The leader who believes in task and goal realization is basically a task-oriented leader. and the leader who believes in employee and their proper utilization. He is basically employee oriented leader. There can be also this type of leader you find in organization. Then leadership can be also three types: that authoritarian leadership, then democratic leadership, then you can say laissez-faire leadership. Autocratic or authoritarian means the leadership in which the entire authority is vested. He takes all decisions himself and gets its 100% observation by others. He exercises, you can say, carrying stick for getting his goal or objective realized. What is democratic leadership? It is also called participative leadership. This is the leadership which puts problems before all subordinates, takes their suggestions and accommodates all that, and then takes decision on consensus. Here communication is free, multi-directional, participation is optimum, and situation is very conducive. And here this is an uncommon type of leadership. Here leadership vested all subordinate power to subordinate, and only becomes, you can say, nominal head. So here all functions are performed by subordinate, and leaders are only of symbolic nature. This is laissez-faire. You can find such type of leadership in later age of Mughal Empire. So this is laissez-faire. Ali brothers or this that. Have you heard of this one? So this type of leadership. Then some more type of leadership can be charismatic leadership, transformative leadership. Charismatic leadership is a person who has certain extraordinary quality through which he can get you acquainted with your actual situation. Getting point? Then there are several charismatic leaders like Lalu Prasad Yadav is also a charismatic leader. Whenever he has certain quality through which he can get you acquainted with the actual situation. But what is transformative leadership? This is one step ahead, and he can also correct how to correct the situation, how to uplift the situation. Getting a point? So you can see in Ishwarchandra Vidyasagar and Raja Ram Mohan Roy are transformative leadership. They have not only presented the plight of women in that period, but also suggested how to correct them. So this is transformative leadership, you can say. There is no difficulty as such. So there, in general, if you ask what is the best form of leadership in public organization, then I can say, in general, we say that democratic leadership or participative leadership is good in public administration. Get a point? But in general, if you ask me, no particular type of leadership is fit for all situations. It depends on situation. Accordingly, selection of leadership is taken. Get a point? But one thing more, that presently you cannot only say that democratic leadership is right one. You require to have blend of some leadership also in democratic setup. Like he should have some charisma, he should have some personal attributes. Getting a point, some you can say authoritarian nature also to a little bit extent. Then he will be more effective, because being pure democratic will not suffice in country like India, where number of velocity and number of complexity is there. So blend of charismatic, authoritarian and democratic. The composition should be democratic, but on the one hand there should be element of little bit the authoritarian one and little bit charismatic one. That makes the leader effective, particularly in country like India or China or some other. Getting point, this thing is required to do. Then as I told, that leadership is not very common phenomena. There is very rare kind of phenomena, and we are always search of right leadership. That's why there has been throughout research and investigation for the search of leadership. As such, there are three theories in leadership. First theory is called trait theory. Second theory is called behavioral theory. Third theory is called situational theory. The first theory, trait theory, is based on classical approach. This theory believes in leaders are made, not born, and leaders are born, not made. Getting a point? So the leaders are born basically. By birth they may have certain attributes, certain quality. On that basis they become leader. Later on we develop and we clarified that yes, He may have certain characteristics, but some characteristics can be developed later on through training and education experience also. But there are certain traits due to which one person becomes a leader. Getting point? So classical theories like Apollon, then a little bit Bernard also, then Terry, Millet, all believe in trait approach, and they try to discover the list of different traits for leadership. Getting a point? For example, you can say Bernard identified four character traits of leadership. First, there should have vitality and endurance. Number two, decisiveness. Number three, persuasiveness. Number four, responsibility and intellectual capacity. Bernard kept responsibility and intellectual capacity in last one because he thinks that this factor hinders ultimately decisiveness. That's why it should be given low priority. But it is not correct. In education, we cannot give intellectual capacity low position. Get a point? So it varies also. Likewise, Pahlavi also identified 12 features of administrative leadership, like he should have willingness to assume responsibility, he should be work orientation, he should be good listener, he should have capacity to work all sorts of people, he should be always ready with all sorts of news, etc. So these are some attributes of leadership according to the great man theory of Ivor Jennings, also based on trade theory. But this theory was popular during 1920 to 1940, but later on, 1900 to 1940 they say, but later on it was criticized on various counts. First of all, the criticism was that there was no common list of traits. Whenever there was variation, number one. Number two, there was no indication of comparative importance, which leadership trait is important and which one is not. Number three, they did not differentiate between leader and non-leader, and even successful leader and unsuccessful leader, as it did not discuss subordinate aspect and situational aspect. That's why it was replaced by behavioral theory. Behavioral theory believes that leadership is behavioral phenomena, that how the leader behaves in reality, how he takes action, how he takes response. So, according to this theory, a leader is effective only when he performs or takes right style for right move. Getting point? So, according to this theory, a leader is best or effective only when he takes right style for right move. In this model, there is an approach. Several models are developed, like you say, leadership continuum model, then Ohio State University model, then you can say Michigan University model, leadership model, then Likert ABCD model, then you can say managerial grid model. These are based on behavioral approach in which leadership is described in behavioral perspective and try to establish a relation between style and function. Getting point? According to this theory, the leader is best who adopts right style for right move. Getting point? This is the thing. And now, last one, situational theory. It believes in leadership is situational phenomena. It is leaders are made broken by circumstances. Millet says he identified two types of circumstances: political and institutional. Political circumstances are external, and institutional circumstances are internal. They all cause success and failure of leadership. Getting point? So according to this theory, leadership is basically function of situation and style. Means the person who adapts right style for right situation is basically effective one. Getting point? So here this theory believes in identifying certain situational variables which influence leadership effectiveness, like leaders factor, like subordinate factor, functional factor, environmental factor. On that basis it determines. Getting point? In this approach also several models are developed, like leadership situational continuum model, then you can say contingency theory of leadership, then you can say path goal theory of leadership, then decision participation model, and life cycle model. As they are not being asked in UPSC or BPSC exam, that's why not I am addressing. But if you believe or you insist, I will take one class fully on this topic and I will cover also. So maybe possible that I will take up tomorrow and try to cover this topic. But I told you there has not been question in this topic, particularly on model, but students should be always ready for this topic. So, but in general, have you heard, have you clear? Now it's clear. There are three theories. First theory, trait theory. Second theory, behavioral theory. And third, situational theory. Now you can say situational theory is better one. It is more convincing, more acceptable. And now leadership is basically still very important. Administrative behavior, organization is still in search of right leadership, and still it is major attraction, source of attraction for research and development. Leaders are really a scarce productivity activity, and organization always lacks right leadership and always in search of right leadership. So the future of leadership is always important, and in future also you can say in coming times also it's supposed to become more challenging, more complicated, more potential one. So you take up one thing, you take up one question asked in BPSC, what are types of leadership, and according to which leadership is appropriate or suitable in democratic organization, you write that answer, post to me, and if you have any sort of difficulty, you can contact me. Okay, all the best, enjoy.